Ohio. Netanya -701 population. The city in Israel. 214,101 men in 2017. The city is located in the central part of the Valley Sharon, approximately in 30 km to the north from Tel Aviv and in 56 km to the south from Haifa. Is famous for clean beaches. 9 beaches with a total length of 14 km. Modern recreational constructions and hotels. Netanya stretched along the sea and surpasses other cities of Israel in length of the beach area, including Tel Aviv. In the past, the large center of citrus growing and one of the largest centers of the powerful diamond industry of the country. In the region Sharon there was almost no Jewish population till 1924. However, then a considerable part, about 20%, of immigrants of the second half of the 1920th years lodged in the region of Sharona. On September 8, 1928, 1,400 dunam of lands were bought from the Arab Sheikh Hamdan for 5,600 liras. Netanya was founded on February 18, 1929 by natives of Eastern Europe as the agricultural settlement. On October 2, 1932 I received the official status of the village. On December 3, 1948 the cities. The city is called by the name of the Zionist figure and philanthropist Nathan Strauss. 1848-1931. Who offered the large sum on the basis and development of the new settlement. The territory of Netanya was manned about enough ancient times. In the city there are monuments of the early and classical Middle Ages. The most known of them, it is a mosaic of a floor of the Byzantine church of the 6th-7th centuries from Kiryat Norda. Nowadays one of the southern districts of Netanya. And 2 locks of the 12th century. Roger Lombardsky's lock and Kakan lock. Both locks were constructed approximately during one period and belonged to roadside type of the locks protecting away from Yafo to Acre. Roger Lombardsky's lock is nowadays located in the metropolitan area of Netanya around Khalid, but in view of strong doubtness of an object doesn't belong to sites which are shown to tourists. Near him there is one more medieval site of the city, an ancient trisycamore which history is traced at least till the 14th century. The Kakan lock located approximately in 15 km from city line. In 3 km from the Utopia Park. Was based on ruins of more ancient settlement, probably Roman period. This object is prepared for reception of tourists significantly more better. And to him separate excursions will be organized. It is difficult to call safety of these monuments ideal, though each of them presents certain scientific, historical and cultural value. During the 6-day war, the city was subjected to firing by the Jordanian artillery and was subject to bombing by the single Iraqi plane. During the Second Intifada in the city there were several terrorist attacks, including terrorist attack in Park Hotel. In the 1990s about 6,000 immigrants from the former Soviet Union lodged in the city. The city with the most large number of the Ethiopian Jews in the country. 11200 inhabitants, making 5.5% of the population of the city. Besides, the most large number of the French expatriates with the population about 6,000 people lives in the city. According to the Central Statistical Bureau, as of the end of 2017 in Netanya, 214,101 persons. The 7th place in the rating of local authorities in Israel, with annual growth rate in 1.5% live, 99.9% the non-Arab origin. The average monthly salary of the worker year on year for the end of 2015 was 82.75 shekels. On average in the country, 88.68 shekels. Netanya, the known and prospering resort. In the city there is a set of hotels. In the city 2 large industrial zones, old and new. The known company Cheeto and also the Tempo Beer Industries Brewery, first in outputs in Israel, are located. In the city there is a railway station and the intertown and long-distance bus traffic is developed. Through the city there passes high-speed motorway No. 2. Haifa Tel Aviv. Social sphere, culture and sites. In the city of 212 kindergartens, 45 initial and 18 high schools. There are museums from which are distinguished. The City Museum of Netanya, the center of history of the city, is located on MacDonald Street, 3. In the museum there take place temporary exhibitions on the history of the city. In the museum there is a room which reconstructs an office of the first mayor of Ben Ami with original furniture and exhibits. The museum Dom Musée is located at the address Sokolov Street, 17, where the well which is dug out in 1927 which was used for irrigation of farmer gardens is located. In the museum the restored water pump of the well and household exhibits of the first days of existence of Netanya works. Museum Beit Hadudim, Jewish Legion. Museum Ninat Shifti Israel, Feral Kolin Israelivik. Museum of Archaeology, Nature and Art. Municipal Gallery. Cultural Center of Netanya. The Center of the Jewish Heritage in Yemen. On June 25, 2012 in Netanya, the Israel's first nationwide memorial devoted to a victory of the Soviet Army in World War II was opened. It was the intergovernmental project. Authors of an initiative were Prime Ministers of the Russian Federation and Israel, Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu. In Netanya, the main branch of the Central Library for Blind People and People with Reading Violations is located. Besides, in the city there is a set of art galleries and the Chamber Orchestra of Netanya under the leadership of Christian Leinberg settles down. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.